Right, there we go. Whoops, fuck. I accidentally switched the rocket engines on in game. Hang on. Let me just pause that. Go here. Right. Hi! Hi everyone, I hope you're okay. Hang on, that music is a little bit too loud for me. I'm just going to turn that down. Let me know if that's too loud for you, I can fix it. Yeah, hi, welcome everyone, I hope you're all okay. Sorry that I wasn't around this morning, so my neck was killing me. The day before yesterday, I had hurt my neck, and I was useless all yesterday, and I sort of slept in quite a lot like this morning, just to try and get as much rest as I could on it. And yeah, my schedule was completely off, so by the time the morning stream came along, I was like, oh, yeah, I can't even, like I was still... Music's too loud? I'll turn it down. Hang on. Down here. There we go. Yeah, by the time the stream came around, I was still out with Lulu, sitting beneath a bench in the shade and playing fetch with her. Yes, I know. Yes, I did, I guess. Well, truth be told, I think I hurt my neck by sitting at my desk. So it's not even I slept wrong, it's just I sat wrong, apparently. Yeah. Thank you, Larry Kenobi. Thank you, my name is Nicholas. Thank you, Stuart Kua and Gamerbyte, Graffinator. Thank you, Volume and Cyborg. And thank you to Faulty. Wait a second. Which one of those is a sub-bomb, does it say? Thank you, Stuart. Stuart Kua? Thank you very much, Stuart. No, not at all, Fuzzy Wuzzy. I don't give a fuck about football. Sorry, I can't stand it. Ugh. Yeah, hated it. I've always hated it. Rubbish. Yeah, so no thank you. But good luck to all of the teams. May they have fun. Right. Okay, anyway, so I'm just going to drop back into Kerbal and just do some Kerbal. Yeah, no, I hope everyone's well. Hang on. Switch off my RCS. So, last stream, I managed to basically send an upgraded space plane. Down there is the Shuttlecock MK1. So this is the Shuttlecock MK1, now abandoned, but not debris. This is still useful to us if we come back and utilize it. So it's a triple-seater, but it's a smaller space plane. This is the upgrade that I've subsequently sent, and I hope it works a little bit better with much larger tanks. So I'm hoping that maybe we can go further, especially if we confine its operations in and around Lathe. We'll probably leave them here for the moment, though, because I was sending some fuel, but the fuel is not going to come to these guys. These guys do have a little bit of fuel left, but the fuel is actually going to come to the Penis Station. It's Stew Aqua. Thank you very much, Stew Aqua. Thank you. The reason it's all one word is because it's my coupon code to a discount on a boat cleaning website. I see. Well, thank you very much, Stuart. And Goblinian and Heron Car and Larry. Thank you very much. Right, the Penis Station, I'll show you, Dickless. So, where are we? This is Lathe, this is where we're currently orbiting. If I zoom out, that's Jool, basically Jupiter. Over here we have Val, which I believe is supposed to be Europa. We have a space station, the Penis Station, a very comfy station, a very cozy station. Technically, I did send it to Val thinking it would be easier, because on the surface of Val I have some mining operations in the form of an automated probe. So this is the Penis Station. Quite an extensive large station with lots of facilities. Entertainment facilities, sleeping facilities. Yeah, it's a nice station. Anyway, so, hang on, which way is it? What's it for? For living in. The Kerbals are living here, they're home away from home, with research facilities as well. Do we have any data in the research facilities? Data. We do have data. Do we have any scientists to operate it? We do. Is it working? Start research. There we go. Cool. So start taking that data and converting it into science, and then we'll beam it back to Kerbin. All right. Right. So the station is where the Kerbals live. Why are we pointing that way? Oh, is that our prograde direction of travel? Yeah. But what I'm going to do is instead of bringing that refueler down to Lathe, let's bring it over to Val and see if we can hit it correctly. So the refueler is up here, the Jool refueler. I also had a bit of a devious idea. I keep sending lots of fuel up from the surface of Kerbin. I wonder if it's possible to do something similar. So I've got a little refueler on Val. I wonder if it's a good idea to use the surface of Minmus as a potential refueling operation. I think some people in the endgame even utilize captured asteroids, which could be funny. Something I've never really considered. Yeah. Hang on. So zoom out. Yeah, something to consider when it comes to making operations easier around Jool. Right, so set as target. Switch to the Jool refueler. Capturing an asteroid is so hard, says Skilo. Yeah, I imagine so. Okay, so here's our refueler. We've only got 1,178 Delta V, which isn't great, to be honest. Right. Lulu is there. She's right here, yeah. So we went for a short walkies. As you can see, a short walkies was enough. We walked down the street, and she's got a belly full of meat. And then she got to the end of the street and was like, "I'm tired, Dad." So I picked her up and I put her in her pram. And, well, I sort of pushed her the rest of the way. And what we do is we go to a little corner shop, and I pick up some beer and some Coke, and then she sits in the pram outside the corner shop facing the door, and everyone who comes out is like, "Aww," because they see Lulu in the pram just beaming at them. Yeah, she's okay, Firewolf. Yeah, she's a bit frail. She's definitely in her twilight years, but she's doing her best. She's quite old, but yeah. No, she's chilling. She's got her pram, and I push her along. Is she still on her meds? Yes, indeed. She's got some something called gabapentin, which is a sort of nerve painkiller to try and help with her arthritis, because her legs clearly hurt. You can tell. Yeah. Not that type of shocking. Right. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is we're going to warp to the next maneuver, 209 days, and when we get there, a 21-second burn. So I put with 41 Delta V. And what I want to see if I can do. So what was the current target? So what is that? That's a Val encounter. Okay, so we're already planning for a Val encounter. All right. What sort of encounter do we need? So it looks like we need a clockwise encounter with Val. Okay. Thank you, Fire Rideable, and thank you, Goblinian. Oh, Goblinian says, "Thank you for streaming today. I accidentally hit my computer in such a way that I had to leave it with a computer repair specialist since it crashed hard. Feeling down, but your stream will help my mood." Sorry to hear it, Goblinian. You hit your computer? In such a way that you have to You hit your computer? Are you sure things weren't just, unseated? That happens sometimes. Yeah, mostly RAM and stuff. That comes up. Just stuff gets unseated. Anyway, I was actually having a conversation with a lady this week, an elderly lady, and we had a conversation concerning what I did for a living, and I did tell her the truth. I just told her that I'm a YouTuber, and during the conversation she stopped and she went, "Oh, so someone knows how to fix my iPad then?" I didn't correct her. I was like, "No, I don't know how to fix a fucking iPad. Why would I know how to fix your iPad?" Thank you, guard rules. As opposed to elderly people, all tech is the same, isn't it? Alright. So let me just double click on Val. Well, we already are focused on Val. Alright, sure. Okay, oh my god. It must be, yeah. It's one of these streams. Okay. So, maneuvering node. Select the maneuvering node. Okay. So can I, if you please, alter it so that we can come in on the clockwise side? Probably can't get the inclination right. We'll have to correct it on the way in. Right. Yes, indeed, Silver. Yeah. Okay, we'll put down a second maneuvering node. What the fuck? That's a year in. Where is that? No, that's on the... Here we go. That's our current path. I'm with you. Yeah. That's a hell of an acceleration. I suppose, yeah, it's an acceleration because we're meeting Val, and it's a bit further out, isn't it? Okay. So let's do a second maneuver here. Be careful not to... What have I done? How have I done that? Cancel that maneuver. Right. I see. The green is my follow-up course. Right, so now what's my current course? So purple is the corrective course, and then green. Okay. Right, so maneuver 2. Dial down the sensitivity. Okay, can we fix the inclination? We want to come in this way. But no, I hope everyone's well. Yeah, so today Hang on. Actually, I've got to focus for a second. It's completely wrong. Dial it down. This is what we want to do. We want to come in like this, so we'll go radial slightly. Hopefully it won't be too expensive. Radial can be expensive. Okay, and then go that way, that way, that way, that way. How are we looking? Pretty good, but we do need an inclination fix. Sorry, I need to do it on Val, don't I? Hang on. As high up as we can, frankly. I presume the penis station is similarly on the edge of its thing. Hang on, maybe not. Okay, there's our intercept with Val. Ah, no, no, I'm the O-berth effect. I've got to slow down first, haven't I? Yeah, hang on. Got to slow down first, then come in and fix my inclination. All right. So let's go round about here. Right, so how much will that second maneuver cost me? So the first maneuver will cost me 41 delta V. The second one, 20 delta V. Nice and cheap. All right. Cool. All right. Anyway, sorry, what was I saying? So I tell you, this morning I was doing some. Well, I'll tell you what I was doing this morning in a bit. I'll tell you what I was doing this afternoon. Look at this. Hang on. So I was doing pickling again because it turns out that in my garden, I've got these vegetable plots. Thank you, Guard Rules. And the vegetable plots are full of vegetabubbles, obviously. And one of the vegetabubbles, thank you, Zelkland. Thank you very much, Zelkland. One of the vegetabubbles is a cucumber plant. It's a cucumber vine. Turns out it's a vine. It sort of snakes up and down. It's like a creeping vine. And then dangling from what starts as flowers and it eventually becomes the fruit are cucumbers. And they're massive. I've got these 2 large cheap trellises that I got off Amazon. And yeah, the cucumber vine is snaked all up and down the trellises. And yeah, I've just got these massive cucumbers. So I was doing some pickling with vinegar. So to the right side in the saucepan is about 2 litres of combined vinegar, so white vinegar, along with water, and then some 2 tablespoons of sugar and 2.5 tablespoons of salt, which is then boiled together and then left to cool. And then to the left in a sterilised jar, because I've got one of those sort of immersion, like a bath canning things. Yeah, so some jars which have been fully sterilised in hot water, boiling hot water for more than 10 minutes. And so I sliced up the cucumbers, put them in there with some various different herbs and spices and stuff. And yeah, and then just started using the little canning equipment that I've got to fill it up with the brine, like so. Fill it up with the brine. I know I'm an old lady, I apologise. And then, so this is what it looks like, you see. So this is the kitchen. So I've got this big sort of wire rack, you see. And yeah, the reason why the cucumbers at the front look weird is that there was something weird with the skin of those cucumbers. So I decided to peel it. I don't know how well it's going to work out. This is a bit of an experiment. So anyway, so you take the edges. So on the left there is a really big boiling, like a saucepan full of boiling water, or near boiling water, and you grab the edges of the wire thing and you dunk it. You do like a full immersion bath for more than 10 minutes, and it just completely kills anything. It kills everything. You're full on canning. And the trouble is, I think I fucked it up, because look at the result. So that's the result. Notice that a few of the lids are a little buckled, which is not supposed to be the case. I wonder if I overfilled them. I might have overfilled them. I think I was meant to leave more of a gap between the brine and the top of the lid, so oops. What I'm probably going to do is leave those sealed and put them in the fridge, and probably use those first, because they don't all look buckled. I think I cocked it up. So, whoops. You live, you learn. What's the recipe for the brine, Umber Hulk? It's, what is it? 1 litre of water, 1 litre of white vinegar, 2 tablespoons of salt, and 2.5 tablespoons of salt, and 2 tablespoons of sugar, which you mix together and boil, and then let cool. Yeah. And then so you mix it with like a mustard seeds and cumin seeds and celery seeds and pickling spices and shallots and garlic and turmeric and what else? A few other things I'm probably forgetting. Oregano and dill, but I ran out, so I didn't have any of that. But yeah. Anyway, so I did some pickling, which is very boring and very old, but yeah, just trying to take the cucumbers and preserve them for the sake of making sandwiches. Sandwiches and also maybe burgers, burger filling. Right, okay. So, yeah, quick burns then. Let's quick save and then snap to the next maneuver. Alright. Great for the winter. Yeah, I'm not so sure the cucumbers will necessarily last until the winter. Maybe not cucumbers. They can go a bit squidgy. Alright. Let's go. Whoops, hang on. There we go. Do I think me liking this kind of game and being a video editor is related? Nah. Kerbal's great. Got fuck all to do with, you know, that sort of stuff. Definitely play Kerbal. It's very cool. Oh yes, chilies. I put some finger chilies in there, Scandic. Yes. I forgot about that. Alright. Yes, that's what I'm thinking, Plug. Yeah, without the skin, they might go a bit mank. Alright. More than you know, Judge Grimlock. Aren't you supposed to seal the jars when they're done cooking instead of doing it before turning them into potential grenades? Yeah, you seal them up tight, Migo. Seal the lids, and then you immersion bath them. And then, yeah, you're canning them, is canning. Okay. Right, here we go. Time warp dialing down. 21 seconds on the burn. Lovely. Let's also dial down the gimbal. Let's not bounce around. Keep it a very gentle gimbal. Alright. Hi there, Chayanide from YouTube. Hi there indeed. Welcome. Sorry there's not more YouTube videos in general. They take forever. Speaking of which, the next bullshittery, everybody. It's being voted for now. If you're a Twitch subscriber, you can find in the Twitch subscriber Discord below a poll for the next bullshittery. There are 5 options. You can vote for more than one. Please cast your vote. Same with the patrons. Up on Patreon, there is a poll up there. Please cast your vote. And I will do my best to deliver a bullshittery. See, Boffles, my mum keeps trying to flog strawberries on me, but the trouble is there are lots of squirrels in the garden, so they're probably just going to nick them all. Alright. Here we go. So here we go. So we are currently... What are we doing? We're speeding up. So if you look here, see that blue line? It's meeting the orange line, which is going to hopefully give us an intercept with Val. Whoop. There we go, a bit further, and stop. Okay, confirm maneuver. Let's zoom in to see how we did. Tab to the next waypoint. Where's Val? Val is currently over here. That does look like an intercept with Val. Hunky-dory, where is Val? It's currently over here. Okay. So turn to face the next maneuver, which is in 338 days on the fall. Alright. So that is, what, is that our current course? Yeah. Cool, and that's the fix that we're going to do. We'll try to get as low as possible. So hang on, modify my next maneuver. And let's see if we can come on down as equatorially as possible, if you please. So right about here. So 50 kilometers off the surface of Val. Moving clockwise, and then we're going to try to do another maneuver here, just before the Perry. And we're going to attempt to slow down. How much Delta V is this going to cost us? To do that, it's going to cost me 500 Delta V. Okay. And we want to be as high elliptical as possible, because we might have to do some inclination fixes in order to meet the penis station. Whoop, there we go. Right. Okay, let's quick save there. Warp to the shuttle. And let it fall. Thank you, Danger Banal. So yeah, this afternoon, as said, I was doing some pickling, and it was fine. It was all good. I'm still waiting for the poll to be decided to concern my next course of action. This morning, however, I was, you might yell at me, I was doing a little bit of work on the side, a little bit of sly work on the side. I was proofreading a video essay that I've typed up. I'm a little on the fence whether or not I should go straight into the bullshittery or supersede it with a video essay. We'll see, I'll decide. We'll see if I overwrite democracy. Yeah, we'll see, Johnny. Right. No, not at all, Maloxol. Forgive me, but I don't give a toss about football. Alright. I have nothing kind to say about football. Alright. There we go. Was it a Forest 2 essay, perhaps? No, Poketor. I did make a start on that, but I feel I fucked it up. I need to go back and have a rethink. I started working on it, but it was going to end up so stinkingly long. Like, a year. Like, it was stupid. Like, you know, no, I couldn't... It was too long. The way in which I was structuring it, I was basically retreading all the old ground. I was rambling. I need to be more focused. Do another attempt. Wasn't good. Thank you, Damray. Alright. What about rugby? Nope. All the sports look kind of shit. There we go. How are we doing? Looking good. Confirm maneuver. Maneuver confirmed. Lovely. And then it's 15 days. We're falling fast. Lovely. I won't quick save because we've just done... Ah, fuck it. Still quick save. Alright. Here we go. Warp to next maneuver. We fall towards Jool. Cancel these. Yeah, so this morning I was just penning, finalising and proofreading a video essay script that could be a potential future project. In the afternoon I was doing some pickling. In the middle of the day I was finishing off the decking oil project. So basically my outside decking needed some oil, and I was going round applying more of it onto other timber things in the garden. It was hot work, I tell you. I assembled a parasol and was retreating to the shade as much as possible. Lulu stayed there the whole time, content to just watch me and chill in the shade. Alright. There we go. Thank you, Ryox. You're very kind, Ryox. There we go. Yep, Lulu was supervising. Alright. Thank you for saying so, Dickless. Thank you. Yeah, I'm just trying to do what I'm told, really, when it comes to the vet. Yeah. You might yell at me. It's not all sunshine and roses, though, Dickless. I have been a bit lazy in one regard concerning Lulu's health, because I'm not really sure what to do. The vet is basically chasing me up continually to have her her next booster for her. What's it called? There's a type of immunization she can have. The trouble is, it stresses Lulu out so much. Like, she goes completely mental when she gets the jab. And I'm just wondering, is it even worth it now? Because I was reading the description of what it gives the vaccination for, and she doesn't come in contact with that many dogs anymore. And, like, she's very old, and I don't think... so I'm on the fence about that. But it also... It sounds sad, but it stresses me out, because she's clearly in so much distress. I've literally got to, like, hold her tight. And she's snarling and snapping and squirming to get away from the vet. It's awful. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Right. So for those not familiar, this is Val, basically Europa, I think. So an icy world with probable oceans and cryovolcanoes, I think. For those who are not familiar with Europa, well, I'm sure most people are familiar with Europa, but it's one of the potential locations for possible life in this solar system, if there is life in the solar system outside of Earth, owing to the fact that it has oceans beneath the surface, and we know that it does. And we know that there are life forms that have, well, live perfectly fine in geothermal vents on Earth. So it's possible. We don't know yet. We need to gather more data. There could be life under there, even if it's simple and microbial. Oh, wait. Fuck. Burn time? 3 minutes? Fuck! Whoopsie. Hold on. That was silly. I'm a silly Billy. I should have been burning. Wasn't paying enough attention. One of the major challenges, apparently, when it comes to trying to send a probe to Europa is we don't so we have the technology to land, and we have the technology, sort of, to send a remote drilling unit, but in order to, at our current level of technology, in order to make the journey through the kilometers of ice, in order to deploy a submersible, we would need to backfill the drill hole with antifreeze. The trouble is, how do we subsequently deliver the probe into the ocean without also dumping all that antifreeze into the pristine fucking environment and contaminating it? Plus anything that might... yeah, the probe may be contaminated. What's the point of going to another fucking world and potentially finding life if we can accidentally kill it? But nevertheless, it remains very tantalizing. The same story is told of the South Pole. There is a subterranean ocean, lake thing down there. The question is it thaw? Is it essentially water that has is not frozen, owing to the fact that, what was it? Just like geothermal forces that have melted it, or was it once a lake that's been frozen over time? And is there life down there now that's existed in isolation? That was years ago, though. I don't know if there's been any progress in trying to explore that one. I don't know, Night Elf Bane. Smarter people than I are looking into the problem. And I think there's currently not an easy solution. Stand by. Okay, a highly elliptical orbit achieved. We have 601 delta V remaining. Now, let's select the penis station as our target and note the inclination difference between us and the target. We have an orbital inclination, number 173. Where's your ascending node? There's our ascending node. An inclination difference of 6.4 degrees. Put down a maneuvering node here, and then alter this and decrease our speed slightly, so we can remain within an orbit. Lovely. Corrective burn of 100 delta V. Lovely. Are there aliens in the game? Not really, or at least I haven't found them yet, if there are. It's a NASA sim, so don't expect, like, fucking, you know, wacky alien life. Alright. Thank you, Joe. That's very kind of you, Joe. Thank you, Shinryaku. Thank you, Shinryaku. And thank you, Ryox. Welcome, everyone. Thank you. But no, sorry, as I keep saying, if you haven't played Kerbal Space Program, it is a very, very hard recommend. Try not to get intimidated with all you're seeing here. I know this is a bit head-melty, but that's only because you're watching someone who's been playing it for a while. The start game will not treat you like this. Your objectives will be up here, a checklist, missions that you can accept at the briefing. So, like, go to the mission control, accept a bunch of basic missions to do with fly up for 3 kilometers. When you see the little green tick, that means you have achieved that part of the whole objective. When the whole thing goes green, you've achieved the objective and you get paid. Work your way through it. It will slowly walk you through the concept of rocketry. Fly up and go sideways. Fly up and go sideways so fast that you become suborbital. Achieve your first orbit. As you unlock pieces, as you do research, you see, as you go, as you sort of complete the objectives and test things, and yeah. Thank you, Lolo Saraptor. Right. And then before long, you're starting to grasp the basic concepts of orbital flight. And I must say, one of the most satisfying moments in gaming, in my personal opinion, is your first successful moon landing. Whoa, that hits. It really, yeah, it's like a real, holy shit, I just did it. I just landed on the moon. Okay, confirm maneuver. Very good. Okay, so we'll have to modify, yeah, this orbit's a bit wonky wonk. Okay, from the apoapsis, please increase our speed by what? Increase our speed to be roughly where the penis station is. We can dip into the reserve fuel if needs be, but hopefully we don't need to. Alright. Hang on. Oh, and I also recommend doing it in career mode. Don't do it in... Is it science mode? Because then you get all the pieces... Is it there's a mode where you get all the pieces unlocked. It will overwhelm you. Don't do that. How did my channel get so huge, says Northstar? Well, it's not that huge. And B, CSGO. I released a CSGO video and overnight the channel went from 15,000 subscribers to 1-point-something million or something. And from then it just snowballed. I attributed it down to the fact that the CSGO subreddit was extremely thirsty for funny content at the time. No career... Ah, fuck. Never mind, ignore that. The chat are mocking my accent. Alright. Thank you, Rybart. Yeah. Okay. Which RPG reminds me of Morrowind without being Morrowind? I don't know, really. Morrowind feels like it's kind of in a league of its own. I don't know. Alright. Sorry to hear it, Lewis. I hope you're okay. Whatever's making you anxious, I hope it's, less so soon. Here we go. Initiating burn. Have I considered restarting Satisfactory? It was alright. It was okay. Maybe someday. Just maybe want to play Factorio. I don't think the first-person perspective does it many favours. It's cool for a little bit, but then it quickly becomes awkward. Right. So let's also then subsequently come down a little bit, about 25 Delta V. Confirm maneuver, warp, 4 hours till next maneuver. No, I've not seen Project Hail Mary. Alright. Yeah, that's probably true, Sipstaff, yeah. Cliff Racers cigarette. Bit of a meme. Alright. Stand by. Get ready for burn. Just going to slow down just a smidge. For those joining the stream, you're looking at a fuel delivery around what is essentially the in-game equivalent of Europa. A large, very cozy and comfy space station is up there, with numerous Kerbals, astronauts, minding their own business. I'm sending them some fuel, and I'm going to see how much Delta V it will give them, pretend I just said fuel gauge, in order to send them to a nearby, even nicer planet, or moon, called Lathe. With lovely, lovely blue oceans and stuff. This one's a bit of an ice ball. I sent them here because I was trying to do refueling operations, but it turns out it's really inefficient. It's way more efficient to just send big tanks of fuel from Kerbin. Alright. Okay. Penis station. So, yeah, we'll just wait for our intercept. Alright. Good evening, Retro. 1 second, please. Let's pop open a drink. I enjoyed X4. Sorry, who was that? Sorry. Stirred Bird. Yes, I very much enjoyed it. It was good fun. Hang on. Right. Here we go. So, let's see. Are we catching up? That's us. Yeah, they're catching up on us. So we should probably go down a bit. Intersect 1. Yeah, we're closing in. So at intersect 1, we'll go down a smidge. Add maneuver. Drop speed. Just close those intersects. So what's that? 4 hours to maneuver. Alright. Yeah, it is cigarette. You're correct. So when was it? Last Friday, we ran a game of the culling, but the Steam store, but you can't buy it anymore. It's been delisted. You can only play it if you've previously bought it, and the matchmaking servers are dead. I can't really go into the exact details yet of exactly how we did it. It wasn't really us. It was another gentleman. Who had basically, well, just the high-level version is that we redirected it to a private server. Alright. But we're looking to do more of that again soon, if people are up for it. I must admit, I find myself quite... Sorry, this is actually quite topical, because last night I learnt the same has become true of VR Rec Room. I find myself offended paying for a game and then the servers go offline and you can never touch it again. It's more than 20 years now that the concept of just local hosting and local joining, or, you know, someone hosts the server and someone joins, has been so normalized. It offends me that developers are taking it away for the sake of, well, fuck it, that's not profitable. You know, we're just going to make our own servers and, oh, they're offline now. Bye, you can never play the game again. Just let fucking people just host their own private games then, you dicks. Yeah. Yeah, it's the whole stop killing games thing, I'm aware. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Yeah, I find myself frustrated because Rec Room, that VR game, it's paintball and shit, was quite fun. I'd be up for the odd game in the future when we do more VR, but it's gone forever now. That was our last game of paintball, what we played a while ago. Alright. Shit, I think I fucked it up. Just gotta wait for a bit. There we go. What's that? Intersect 2, we're creeping closer. Intersect 1, we're breaking further away. Be patient. Is that the closest we're going to get? Oh, we're going around again. Damn it. Come on. I think I went too low. Yeah, the trouble is, Noontide, sorry to be that guy, but it's like, those are foreign countries. You know, what legislation would apply there which would work here? Hang on. Whoop. Are the games I'd love but would never stream? Yeah, probably a few of them. Rather amusingly, I got stuck in a porn game recently. Me of all people, it's a porn game, it's got tits in it, you're meant to just fucking wank. But I got stuck and I can't proceed. Why? Because, okay, I'm gonna rant, I'm fighting this titty boss and it's bullshit, absolute bullshit. Okay, the idea was that you were supposed to level up your team, right? So like you're supposed to build up levels and advance and get abilities for your team, and then obviously you fight your way through the porn game. But I wasn't doing that. I was just, okay, it's a porn game, it's not a real game, why would I level up my guys? So the problem is we've entered this gauntlet event, yeah? So I can't go back because there's no save file before the gauntlet and you can't leave the gauntlet. And the gauntlet has a titty boss, and she has this bullshit heal that basically goes lol. It doesn't use mana. I've tried to mana drain the shit out of her. Doesn't do anything. She just goes lol and heals herself to full. And the idea is you're supposed to use fire or some shit to basically elemental attack her down because she's like vulnerable to fire. She's got like a big fire weakness, and you're supposed to burn her down before she can use a big heal. But I can't do that because I'm underleveled, so I'm basically stuck. And here's the fucking and the other bullshit thing is that she has the ability to cast this mass stun lock effect effect. It's not like a stun. It's a sleep effect. And there's no like piece of equipment that I can give any of my dudes that will stop them from being, having that happen to them. So they're basically, she's stun locking my group, and then she's titty healing herself, and there's nothing I can do. And the real bullshit part is the fact that I fought this fucking thing for weeks. No, I'm not joking. Not like straight. I'd go back and forth, whenever I was needed something. But I would go back and forth and I would fight. And then after all this time, I followed a guide. I beat her, and I was like, yes! Oh, onwards with the rest of the game. I proceed about 20 minutes, and then she comes back again. It's like a 2 health bar situation, and now she has like 2/3 of the health. I'm like, fuck it. Fuck this game. Fuck it. So I just gave up. I rage quit. I got stuck on a porn game. It's bullshit. Welcome, everyone. Thank you, Lolo Saraptor. Stupid fucking titty heel bullshit. Yeah, I'd stream that, but I'd probably get in trouble. Twitch had a heart attack at the sight of a penis. I don't think it's wise. Why am I not getting a fucking... Just give it time. Oop. What's that? Oh, it's just the comm relay. Yeah. Yeah. Twitch did... Well, okay, I think, a giant penis wobbling around. I see Twitch's point. It's funny, though. Milk it for all it's worth. Frequently do. Oh, the thing. I'm sorry. Come on. Come on. I've cocked it up, haven't I? We keep creeping away. Ah, okay. Intersect. Is that the closest I'm going to get? Yeah, try just a change here. What if I came up or down? How would that help me? What if I went up? Yeah, go up. I think I've come too low. Go up just a little bit. We should be fine. Right, so warp to the next maneuver, 2 minutes. 1 second. Play this one. What's this one? Is this one good? Right. Okay. Yeah, so things here are fine, folks. As mentioned, sorry, for those just passing through the stream, please know that the next bullshittery video editing has not started yet. Instead, there is a poll of 5 potential options, which I've put up on Patreon and then copied into the Discord group for the Twitch subscribers. So if you are either, thank you again for your kindness, thank you for your support. Please vote on what you want to see next for the next bullshittery. I will obviously review the winner, and then start taking steps to begin the edit. For those not familiar, apologies, the edits take forever. What always begins is a period of pre-production where I'm going through the footage, finding what I need. And my ability to find what I need is heavily dependent on the quality of the notes that were recorded in the live stream itself. What happened to the D&D bullshittery? David, last year, between, I think it was like March and October, I sat down and just like, I just crunched it. I wanted to finish the Dungeons and Dragons bullshittery and get it out the door. I figured if I just flat out marathon it, I can get it done. Unfortunately, it burnt me out. Mentally, I was just so drained and I couldn't continue, so I had to pivot to something else. It's awful. Animation's so hard. You spend hours and just feel like you're getting nowhere. Yeah, it's really, really difficult. So I need to sit back again and tackle it with more energy, but it's really hard. What was happening, to sort of explain, is that the sort of animation that I'm doing felt very crude, in that what I'm doing is imagine like like South Park, like with the little puppets that they started with, like the body, then the arms, then the head, and all the different types of mouths. I've done something similar, but in Adobe After Effects. So what happens is, each limb, so that the hand is parented to the wrist is parented to the elbow is parented to the shoulder is parented to the body. On the body, the neck is parented to the body, the face, the shell of the face is parented to the neck, and then from there, mouth, eyes, blink animation, hair animation, ribbon in Cyanide's hair because he's a girl, and like all of these things are parented. So what happens is, if you modify the body, the motion is then subsequently translated to every limb. But it also means that if you need to change anything, it becomes this crazy fractal nightmare where one small change, you have to then subsequently check on all the rest of it. And normally it's fairly easy, like it's not too difficult to do that. You just move a few keyframes. And there's like full-on rigging things that you can do now, but they didn't really exist when I started. Yeah. So it just becomes this horrible fractal nightmare of changes where it feels like you're not making any, fucking progress. But yeah, I'm hoping I can get it done one day because I think it's reasonably funny, but it's really, really hard. It's too late now, Azura. It's too late now. I can't go back and start re-rigging everything for every scene. Alright. It's weird that we're not getting an intersect by now. Even just a reasonably good intersect. Doesn't have to be perfect. Perfect would be nice, obviously. We'll be patient. We'll find one. Come on, creep forward. Are they creeping closer? Maybe. Thank you, Swedish. Right. Yeah, I don't use AI. The only thing... actually, sorry. Strictly not true. I use AI to go... Adobe After Effects... Sorry, I turn around to ChatGPT. Why is Adobe After Effects doing this stupid thing? And how do I stop it doing the stupid thing? And it'll go, well, you parented the comp to this. I'm like, thank you, fuck. And go back and I'm troubleshooting. Thank you, Jack Skater, and thank you, MeWee Wah. Thank you, Jack. Thank you, MeWee. Thank you, Gumball. It's weird that we haven't had an insect by now. Maybe I just should go like high elliptical and come on in. Oh, hello. That's good enough. I'll take that. What was the 150 kilometers? Alright, creep to 150, then we'll try and creep closer. Maybe we should go underneath them. Should make a difference. What's our separation there? Right. Snap here. Right, so there's our intersect. So what happens if I were to decelerate here? They're still creeping away from us. If I were to go underneath them, that would change, wouldn't it? I think. Sneak the radial a little bit. Hang on. Don't push it too much, though. There we go. There's an intersect of 39 kilometers. Intersect... What is that? 30 kilometers. 100 kilometers, I had it. 20 kilometers. 17. 13 kilometers, we'll take it. There we go. Turn to maneuvering node. Initiate burn. 6-second burn. Stand by. There we go. Dial thrust down. Give me more control. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Well, I thought, have I like done it backwards or something? Do I need to be below them? I was going to drop my my Apo way below them. Gumble, are you feeling another Rust server this summer? See, here's the trouble. I must admit, I'm a little bit nervous about that because, like, the last Rust session we did was so good. We're never going to be able to top it. It was so good. It was the best Rust we've ever played, frankly. How the fuck are we going to top that? Honeypot Hill. How's the fuel situation? 341 Delta V. Sorry, for those who don't know what I'm talking about, we had an accidental impromptu streamer battle. My brother, I bought my crew of ZF into a server, and then my brother, Lambram, bought his crew of his friends and his regulars. And it wasn't planned. I mean, we did plan one thing, which was we were going to have a fight. So what time and day? We said, we said, let's do it on this bank holiday. So another thing, so a bank holiday. So we planned it a few days ahead so as many people as possible could be online. We didn't want to do that offline raid bullshit. And it resulted in a spectacular battle. Okay. Right, so warp here. Turn retrograde. Well, only in the sense that we planned the date. Alright. Yeah, the horse girls were ferocious, weren't they? Holy shit. Alright. There we go. Where's the intersect? Are we going to see Holdfast Thursday again? Nah, not sure, Kart Pro. We did kind of play it to death. Hang on. Right, here we go. So let's deliver the fuel to the penis station and see how much Delta V it gives the penis station. Alright. There we go. Slowing down relative to the target. Da-di-da-di-da. There we go. Speed achieved. Confirmed. Turn to face the target, please. Initiate the grabber. So this is just a fuel tank. The moment it's empty, we'll just ditch it in space. We don't need it. Alright. How much monopropellant do they have remaining? Yeah, they've got a whole bunch. Initiate monopropellant puff puff. Alright. Whoops, I just hit space accidentally. If there was something staged, we'd be in trouble right about now. Alright. Right. What else is going on? Yeah, just been doing some cleaning and maintenance and stuff around the bungalow. My mum popped round today to pick up some topsoil. I've got lots of spare topsoil from some landscaping work that I had done. Big bags of it. So my mum turned up and put it in bags, and she took those bags with her in the car. There's a local church that she's doing some gardening in, you see, so they're helping the flowers grow. So the soil that I'm donating is going to become holy ground, because that's how it works. It's going to be sort of put around the flowers around the church, so... Any more DIY? Drilling holes in the roof? What do I need to do that's DIY? Well, I was oiling some timbers, sort of giving some oil to the wood, treating the oil. Speed up a little bit. And as I was doing that, and I was brushing the oil into the timber, this tiny little green beetle came out in a panic, like on the edge of the timber, because the brush strokes were disturbing it. And I didn't splash it with oil. Instead, I leaned down with my fingers and I gently, stretched them out and let the tiny green beetle go onto my gloved hand, and then lifted it carefully into the vegetable plot and made sure it was nice and safe under the foliage, and then left it alone. Once again, I'm sure I'm going to Google it later to discover that it was some sort of potato pest. But I quietly escorted a beetle away from the danger zone, so it did not get covered in oil. Thank you, Nerdaby. Thank you very much, Nerdaby. Frustratingly, though, I'm not having such success with my cabbages in my garden. Yeah. They're not turning out that well, I'm afraid. They're absolutely infested with pests. Caterpillars and fucking pigeons took bites out of them. Lots of these little fucking, what is it, like aphids. It's awful. Don't know what to do. Next year, obviously, I'm going to have to do something different if I do cabbages again, but... Okay, we're just going to use the fucking engine. We're too slow. Let's go. What do I actually make with the cabbages when they're grown? Well, I chopped up a cabbage and I fried it in some oil, and then I added it as one of the ingredients to some burritos. About 10 of them, which are now in the freezer. I wrapped them up tightly in. So what was in the burritos? It was chili jam on the edge, on the outside of the burrito, on the inside coating of the burritos, and then it was what was it? High-fat beef mince right on a bed of rice with sliced fried cabbage, sweet corn. What else was there? Onion. What's the other thing? I was sort of going down the line with these little plastic pots, sort of filling up the burrito. Then I wrap them up really, really tight in foil and then put them straight in the freezer. Meal prep. Then whenever I want one, I just take it out the foil, put it in the microwave, a few minutes, put it back in the foil, done. Speed up. Yeah. Yeah, like cooking. Yeah, we could do cooking. I just need to... Sorry, it sounds really self-conscious and sad, but the problem with the cooking streams is that I've got these horrible warts all down my fingers that I'm trying to treat. Where's that wart treatment? If I can get rid of them, I'll feel more confident with my hands on the camera. Where is it? Hang on, I've got this horrible, like, acid shit. I'm just going to put them up. So I'm really stupidly self-conscious about them because they look awful. All around the knuckles, it's awful. There we go. Just applying some with a little brush. Got this acid shit. No, I don't want to wear gloves. Hang on. There we go. Okay. Did I buy some sort of snake oil before? Yeah, seemingly so. Some sort of treatment that did nothing. Alright. Yeah, thank you, Tulik, but it matters to me. I don't want them preserved on the internet forever. Alright, here we go. Then again, if you want to talk about snake oil, back when I was a kid, I've told this story before. I was going in for one of my vaccinations. I can't remember what it was, and I couldn't have it that day. The school wouldn't have it because my mum called up before, and I was a terrified, nervous kid, and I was obviously terrified that I was about to receive an injection. So as a result, my mum gave me a pill to calm me down, and it was homeopathic. And the school wouldn't let me get the jab that day because I'd had a homeopathic pill. Yeah, for those who don't know what that means, it's just water. Homeopathy is that thing where they believe that when something is diluted in water more and more, it becomes stronger. But it eventually reaches a tipping point. There's some sort of limit, I can't remember what it's called, where it's unlikely to have a single atom of the original material in it. It's just water. Shit, I've slowed down too much. It's a scam. It's a total scam. It doesn't do anything. It's just... It's woo. It's woo. There was even an amusing moment. I remember this was back when my nan was still alive. And I swear to God this is true. I was sitting at my nan's house for a family gathering. And imagine a room crowded full of people. I'm a fairly big family. Imagine cousins and uncles and all that. There's a good 20 to 25 people in this relatively, imagine a long house, like a terraced house. And we're all just sitting and eating and going back and forth. Anyway, so someone complains that they've got a headache or something, some ailment. And so my nan and my mum are opening up a packet of homeopathic remedies or something. And then I can't remember if they... I'm not sure if they gave it to someone. I can't remember, but they were playing with that. Anyway, then one of the kids ran over and asked if they could have their water pistol refilled. And so my nan took the water pistol and filled it up with the tap water, and off she went, squirting a water pistol. And I just thought, there is no difference between the warning label homeopathic tablets on that table that you're playing with and reading the label versus the water you've just put in her water gun. They're functionally the same. I had to explain it to them, what homeopathy is. It's just water. It's just fucking water. Fucking hell, I should just YOLO'd fucking sped this, shouldn't I? Yeah, that's the main difference. One is way more expensive than tap water. There's that famous bit from the amazing, rest in peace, the amazing James Randi. If you're not familiar with him, do like go onto YouTube and look up some stuff because he's brilliant. Unfortunately, he passed away fairly recently, but he's an American. He's a former stage magician, but he dedicated his life to exposing charlatans and hucksters and people who were exploiting people for money. The whole sort of spiritual soothsayers or psychic whatevers. He essentially dedicated his life to demonstrating that as a magician, no, it's sleight of hand, it's tricks. He wasn't doing it to be a spoil sport to magicians. He was doing it to go for con men. Anyway, one of the things he liked to do was apparently he would go on stage with multiple packets of homeopathic remedies in front of senators or whatever. And he would just take 150 tablets or whatever, and then just a glass of water, and then just down all of them. And then read the back of the packet and said, in case of overdose, contact poison control. You'd be like, they do nothing. The pills do nothing. He just took 150 of them on stage. Yes, for the longest time, he had a foundation which was offering a large, substantial cash reward to any individual who could demonstrate any supernatural abilities whatsoever. As in all the things that the faith healers and stuff were claiming, if you can do it in a controlled lab condition and prove that it's real. Unsurprisingly, no one ever claimed it. Hey, sweetie. Yeah, he's a good man. May you rest in peace. Dog. Alright. Okay, here we go. It doesn't really matter where we dock upon the station because it's got a grabbing arm. All we're here to do is drop off the fuel, which is here. Big old tank of it. And we'll see how much Delta V it gets to the station. Alright. Well, we can probably help a little bit, though. Please turn to face the target. Target. Can we select the target, please? Yeah, not easily. Hang on. How do we turn? Let's turn this way. Lovely. Okay. Okay, there we go. A nice, easy target. Slow down a smidge so we don't have an impact. Maybe a bit more than a smidge, please. Right. Shit! Watch out! Don't bash into it. Oh, okay, you just bashed into it. Well done. Okay, cut that. Point towards. Select that as the target, please. Target, automate it. Alright, nice and gentle. You can also select that as the target. Please. Fuck. Control from here. Select that as the target. Oh, no, we can't seem to do that. Just raise the nose. Alright. There we go. Hold that there. And forward we go. How do we go down? I'll give it a quick save. We've got loads of monopropellant. Down? Yep. Oh yeah. Doesn't that lock the horizontal movement, Migo? Hang on. We should be fine. It's like puff puff. What the hell are we targeting? Hold on. Yeah, you're right. I should do that, shouldn't I, Liam? Hang on. We should be fine, though. Cruise on in. Oh, really? It just dampens the control. Oh, okay. Hang on. Give it a welly. We're definitely targeting that? Doesn't feel like we are. Control from here. Ah, there we go. I'm not controlling it from the clamp. Stop. Stop. Okay, stop. Turn to try to grapple. Ugh, you little bugger. Right. Right, stop. What is going on? Control from here, yes. Right. Turn to face. There we go. Target that, which it should be. Right. Okay. RCS enabled. Then forward gently, please. There we go. And bring her in. Slightly down. Oops. Forward, please. Lovely. What else is going on? Yeah. In my garden, I've picked up a new parasol. Never owned a parasol before, so a big like umbrella thing for shade. And I was just figuring it out today. I was sort of unfurling it in the garden because it wasn't too windy now. And I moved the hammock that I got for my birthday about a week and a bit ago. And I was able to flop in the hammock and just be in the shade for a bit, which was rather relaxing, actually. It's quite nice to just take a few little... Yeah, I spent like 45 minutes just swinging in the breeze. Lovely. So I need to do that some more, frankly. I need to just learn to chill the fuck out. Alright, here we go. So, let's select the central fuel tank. Start from back to front. Let's start draining. There we go. Pin this, please. Right, then you. Out. Nope, we can't do that. Why? Stop. Out. What's the problem? Is the crossfeed disabled? No, there we go. Just drain with the in. Lovely. Okay, so those tanks at the back are empty. Then here. Aha, here we go. So this is the full one. No. Oh, denied. Oops. No, denied. There we go. Not that sort of parasol Zoob. Like imagine a steel-framed one, big, heavy sucker. Will I be happy if England beats Argentina today? I honestly don't care. I'm really not that guy. Sorry, I'm just not that guy. It's a bunch of other people enjoying their sport, so have fun to them, but I don't care about sports. Alright. I just hope everyone is enjoying themselves safely and responsibly in all the nations that are playing. Okay. Right. Cool. Now the question is, how much delta V will this give us, and is it enough to get down to Leith? Even very gently. Also, Zoob, I would never want to go down to the beach. For Brighton Beach is rubbish. We got all these shingles going up and down the beach. It's a very unpleasant beach. Steep shingles and rubbish cold water. It's kind of shit. Okay, what about the monopropellant? Can we drag that too? What's that there? Is that a nose cone just jammed into the... Okay, for some reason I just jammed a nose cone into the side of this. Hi there, S. Cuddy. You've been watching since you were 12 and you're now 21. Welcome indeed, Cuddy. Well, not welcome. You've been here since you were 12. Hello, Cuddy. Alright. I'm looking for any monopropellant tanks. I can't see any. What are these? Oh, there's a radiators, aren't they? Whoop. Whoop. Hey, darling. You alright, my darling? Yeah, I think she looked at me briefly and then was like, oh, fucking... Yeah, she's fine. Alright. Monopropellant tanks. We must have some. Surely. Oh, hang on. Are these them? Baguette... No, they're just Baguette external tanks. Look at all these random engines I've just tacked onto the side. Fuck it. Stick those there. Maybe we don't. I can't see any monopropellant. How peculiar. You'd think there's ore storage. More ore storage. No, dunno. Alright, never mind. We'll just abandon the monopropellant then. Alright. So, let's quick save there, then detach the vessel and make sure everything's all hunky-dory. So here we go. So, detach the refueler, release, switch the refueler. Monopropellant and electrical charge is all that remains. Okay. Alright. She's in dire need of pets. I would, but she's currently resting, so I'll just let her rest. I'll let her be peacefully sleeping. Right. Can we just puff the mono to pull it away a little bit? Put it on a graveyard orbit. Initiate the SAS. Retrograde. We're on the app already. Probably going to take too long. Hang on a minute. If I slow down here, will I slam into the station? Quick save it before we do anything. No. Alright. How much mono do we have? Oh, there's barely any left. Okay. Got enough RCS to dump the tanker on the moon? Nah. We've got enough. Like, we've only got 20 left. Barely any. We're just going to drop its periapsis by just a few tens of kilometers. Alright. Thank you, EXE Bill. Thank you very much, EXE. You're right, honey. Here comes a fart. Don't you fart in my direction. Sometimes she stretches, and when she does, she just farts loudly. You're right, sweetie. Hi. Hello. No, she's ignoring me. Alright. Okay, so monopropellant. Yeah, just keep going. Puff, puff, puff. Okay. Yep, that's fine. Just leave it there. Right, so change the refueler status to debris. We can still see it if we switch on debris, of course. But for now, rename vessel dual refueler debris. Accept. Very good. So there we go. Debris. And then we'll snap back to the penis station. There we go. So now the question is, with the nerve engines, quad nerve engines enabled, make sure they're the only ones enabled, and then on their own separate stage, so 4 engines. What are these? Unknown engine here. Move this up out the way. 4 engines. Move that stage up here. 733 delta V? Is that how much we have? What are these? Oh, these are all these random cubs. You know, disable all of these. No random cubs, please. Firing at any point. Okay. Oh my god, what have I done? Where is that? There. I must have been ripping them off a craft that was leaving. Yeah. And one there. What's that? Zoom out. It's not highlighted. What are you and where are you? An ant. Oh, it's the CUM. Yeah, it's the capsule that's going to be sending back the science data. Yeah, so it's stationed and ready to go. It should have enough Delta V to make the whole journey, I hope. Okay. What altitude is Joule's sphere of influence? Oh, I don't know, but it's gigantic, inverted. Joule's sphere of influence is massive. Okay. Right, so 1,134 Delta V is the answer to the question. So that's how much speed change we can make on this entire station. Okay. So, with that in mind, if the target were Lathe, our first action would be to leave Val's sphere of influence retrograde in order to slow down. So, add a maneuver here. We'd need to pick up speed, paradoxically, other way. Pick up speed. So the first maneuver we would have to perform, hang on, is a 55 meters per second speed increase retrograde. Okay. Which will put us on that purple marker, dropping us here, you see. So keep following that burn. Pretend that we're in Kerbin. So hang on. So keep speeding up, and we want to come down to where Lathe is. So that's 100 Delta V. Select the Lathe as our target. Okay. We might be waiting a little while. Right, so target's position at the closest approach. Lathe will be spinning, yeah, but be orbiting faster than we are. Okay. So, once again, make sure it's facing retrograde. Right. Yes, David Banan, my favorite game. Previously, my favorite game for the last, like, say, 20 years or something. It was three games competing in the top spot. Myth the Fallen Lords, Dungeon Keeper, and Startopia. However, all three have been knocked off the top spot and have been replaced with The Outer Wilds, which is an incredible game which you should not Google under any circumstances. Even the nature of the game is a spoiler. Instead, trust me and play it. I will simply tell you without spoilers, the blurb. It is a space adventure game where you're playing as a young alien who is about to go into space for the first time on an adventure. It's a story game. That's it. Read nothing, look at no trailers, do nothing, because it will spoil the entire concept for you. Play it for about 2 hours, so yeah, just go play it, enjoy it, just keep an open mind, and after 2 hours you'll go, oh, I see what's going on. But also another thing that will make you tempted is that you remember how I whinged in The Forest, how it was just a game that was thrown together in early access with no plan? Outer Wilds is the opposite end of the spectrum. Outer Wilds has been assembled with great passion and with a great plan. So afterwards, you're like, oh my god. You look at the story and you really appreciate that it was well crafted from the beginning. So yeah. Oh, sorry, and one final bit about Outer Wilds. If you do play it, the Echoes of the Eye expansion pack, do play that, but don't play the vanilla first. The expansion pack with vanilla will melt your brain a bit too much. Just play the base game. Oh yeah, and not Outer Worlds. That's some other game that has a confusingly similar name. Thank you, Keenan Karev. Sorry, what am I doing? So, hang on, that's Lathe. We wanted to go retrograde. Okay, so that's retrograde. Right. And there's Lathe. Increase our speed. No, sorry, decrease our speed. Okay, we might be waiting a couple of orbits. So 300 Delta V. Is that right? One orbit. Hello. Oh wait, is there a major... Are we more elliptical than Lathe? Indeed, Silverlanian, agreed. Also, hang on a second. Hey, Sweet Pea. Hi. Hello, my sweet.
She wants me to pick her up. She's like, cuddle, please. No, we have a cuddle later. Got a stream. I'm gonna be so devastated when she goes. I was sitting in the hammock this afternoon, just between my chores of oiling the garden deck, and I reached my hand out and I put my hand on her back, and just like, you know, because she's always next to me, she's always like, she's my little shadow. She's always there. It's gonna be so crushing when she's not. I'm not gonna be okay for a long time. My mum said that she was reading a book series where, like, or something. She mentioned a book series where everyone has a little magical familiar, and she was like, "Lulu's your one." I'm like, yeah. And also, for those who did not see it, where is it? Hang on. Yes, BB Dingo drew this. This was the face that Lulu pulled when she hopped into the hammock with me. Head empty. It's a picture. It's a photo for when she was. Yeah, a drawing from a photo of when she hopped into the hammock and just went completely dirt mode. We were swinging in the breeze peacefully, and she was just like, "Huh." She loved it. She loved it. Thank you, Slick Top, and thank you, Keenan Karev and Exabil. Thank you, all of you. Dickler says, my cat's name is Shadow. Had her since I was young. She grew with me, stayed the same length as my torso. So, not ready either. Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's all part of life, isn't it? We must be like elves to them. Unchanging from their perspective. Also, let me link some. Sorry, for those who are just cruising in the background, let me link you this. Hang on. So Lulu has a pram, and when I first got her in the pram, this was what she looked like. Hang on, I'll link a link in the chat for you. Look. So link number. Wait a minute. Is this the? Yeah. So link number 1. That's the Lulu, basically in the pram for the first day, just enjoying the ride. Hang on. And then this was day, I'm not sure how, a few days later. Hang on. So 2 links there of her just riding along in her pram. Head empty, staring at the treats. Yeah. Right. Okay, so hang on, I need to plan this maneuver. Okay. Okay. So for 300 Delta V, what will this do? That's sending us off pretty heavily on the radial. Why is it doing that? So we leave. That's our Val escape, right? Okay. Maybe I shouldn't do that then. Maybe we should aim radial in? Was that a better choice? Hang on. Dial it down. Dial down the strength. What happens if we just went radial in? Whatever that's called, if that's not radial in. And dial down the speed. What happens? Wait. Too much. What have I done? Cancel that. From our Perry, sorry, start at the Perry, increase speed. There, we're out. I see. Then from that, okay, never mind the Perry. So we're flung clear. So that's the minimum speed required, isn't it? So where is Lathe? Unset target. We don't know because we're not intersecting with its orbit. inclination difference is minor. So yeah, before I make any changes, let me just hang on. Don't do orbits, just slung. Oh fuck, was I not doing orbits? I think I'm dumb. Hang on. No, sorry, it's a problem of my... I'm just stupid, sorry, it's just a problem of my own making. So if we do go retrograde, increase speed, right. Increase speed, retrograde. Put us roughly where Lathe is. Right. What was that? Was that a Tylo intercept? No, wait, what is that? Just another Val encounter. Okay. Where the fuck is Lathe? You are targeted. Oh, sorry, what am I doing? Increase speed. What? There, that's a Lathe encounter. Oh, Jesus, 4,000 Delta V burn. I think I'm just dumb. Hang on. So we increase speed, retrograde, in order to leave Val's sphere of influence. Which is putting us radially, like, misaligned. I don't know why it's doing that. So what if I added in 5 days a different node? Okay, what was that? It's probably just another Val. Yeah, just another Val intercept. And then also decrease speed. Come down to see Lathe. Okay, yeah, she's clearly in the wrong position. Okay, might have to wait an orbit. So what if we wait a few orbits now for the first exit maneuver? So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 orbits maybe? Does it make a difference? Add maneuver here, burn down. What's that? That's another Val encounter on the other side. Where the hell is Lathe? This has really confused me. Alright. So minimum, yeah, so we need 57, so sorry, the reason it's, to explain, so I thought I was doing one big burn from within, no, why not do that? Why not do one big burn from retrograde from within Val? What happens if I did? Increase speed. If I increase my speed, no, that's a decrease, what happens? That's a Val intercept. What happens to us? We are creeping down? No, that's only because I'm burning so hard we're going radially in, isn't it? Okay, that's 345 Delta V. 1 orbit. 2 orbits. Okay, Lathe is on completely the other side. Silverlane says, apoapsis of Val, from their maneuver to decelerate speed and get on a lower orbit with Jool. Apoapsis of Val. Hang on. Well, we have to accelerate. We can't decelerate. We'll just fall towards Val. So we have to accelerate to leave the orbit. Hang on, let me just do 2 maneuvers. So what if we did that? But that's prograde. Okay. Prograde, and then maybe from the apoapsis of the Jool orbit, reduce speed. Can I get away with 1 orbit? I can. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, there's a Lathe intercept. How much will that cost me? Okay, 183. We can still afford it. Okay. Okay. That's a Lathe intercept. It's a Lathe impact. Oops. No, we don't want that. And we need to remember that we need to go... Actually, what do we do? Are we doing clockwise or counterclockwise? Wegadin says, you're setting up the burn on the wrong area. You want to burn on the Jool side of Val. You sure? Because I thought... Okay. So that's option 1. That would get us to Lathe. Sorry, what do you mean... what do you mean... Sorry, who said that? Was that Jim or... Text moved... Wegadins. You want to burn... on the Jool side of Val. So within... Are you saying do all the burn within Val's sphere of influence? Pretending it's Kerbin. You know, doing an interplanetary transfer. You want to burn when your orbit is closest to Jool. Ah, I'm with you. How does one tell? How does one tell? Select Jool as the target? Unset target. We can't, can we? How do you tell? How does one tell, Wegadin? Get the ruler out, says Jim Bob. There must be like a... Hang on. Advanced settings. How do you tell? I'm following, but I'm picking up what you're putting down. What? Radial out, Z-O-Z. You orbit around Val, and when you're on that point of your orbit, not where Val is in orbit. No, I'm not picking up Wegadins. I'm not sure what you mean. So you're talking about burning within Val's SOI, and in my brain it was, okay, well, burn to leave retrograde. Because obviously we're going down towards Lathe. Sorry, while we're here, before we move on from that conversation topic, is there a way to determine, on a non-circularized orbit around a planetary body, is there a way to determine the... Oh no, it's another... Sorry, no, we can see it now, can't we, obviously, on Val, but we can't see Val's orbit around Jool. Okay, let's have a look. What, on the far side? Oh, what am I doing? Sorry, cancel these maneuvers. What is that? Is that the radial out, isn't it? Increase speed, we leave. Right. Golden says, Kerbal Space Program came out just before I graduated from high school. One of my favourite memories was complaining to my mother about how hard this new game that I picked up was, and her saying it's not rocket science. You got the biggest shit-eating grin on your face. Actually. The side closest to Jool. Okay. That would have us to leave, what is that, radial out, isn't it? Okay. Yeah, then we do go lower. And then if I then subsequently burnt at the app, what would happen? Lathe, set target, please. Close, but obviously we need to wait until Lathe. Maybe wait a couple of orbits. That's an interesting thing. What's going on here? We're bleeding off speed, aren't we? How far away is that? Yeah, that's what I thought too, Zed. Yeah. Okay. Hang on. We'll do a couple of orbits. 1, 2. A couple of orbits would put us here. Then from the app, where would Lathe be? And how much would it cost me? No, it doesn't help. Go back to maneuver 1. Let's cancel that maneuver. 2, 3 orbits along. Reduce speed, and they're getting closer. Okay, and there is a lathe intercept there. How much would that burn cost me, though? Not too bad. 115 delta V. It's not too bad. The question is, can I calculate a third maneuver? So that maneuver would bring me where? Okay, straight impact. Okay, so second maneuvering node. Oh, the dog's farted again. Ugh. Are we trying to go clockwise or counterclockwise on lathe? Hang on. We want to go counterclockwise. Okay. Okay, you know what? I'm just going to quick save it and just YOLO it. Right. So, cancel second maneuvering node. Quick save. Turn to face maneuver in 5 days. Just orbit for a little bit, and then we'll, so quick save it. Can always load it if it goes wrong. In fact, sorry, let me do a big save in case it really goes wrong. This is a very expensive investment. Alright. Right. Was this craft ever meant to escape Jool's orbit? No, not Jool, it lives here. But it was originally supposed to park around one of the planets, and I picked Val because that's where I sent a Jeff refueler. But I'm moving it to Lathe because that's where we were going to be conducting our operations. Hang on. Doing a big save. Moving the penis. There we go. Right. Jeff Refueler Engine. It's like a name of a probe that refuels. Right, where is it? The penis station. Orbiting Val. Yep. Right. Right, let's give it a welly. There we go. So, let's hit that maneuver in 5 days. So warp to next maneuver. Whee! Alright. Okay. Cigarette numerous by the looks of things, but I can't really go into them now. Just get a damn survey, whatever you do. Don't even consider getting a place without getting a survey. Alright. Alright. There we go. Initiate a burn. Here we go. So, kicking live the engines for a first time in a long time. Woo. Things are going to wiggle, things are going to wobble. Yeah, I think we're mostly okay. Are there any pilots aboard? Engineer, scientist, pilot. Oh, Jebediah's aboard. Jeb's aboard. Jeb has control. Where are you, Jeb? Yeah, you've got control from one of the control things. Good man, Jeb's here. Everything will be fine. Jeb's got control. There we go. Okay, here we go. So we're being flung free of Val to enter an orbit of Jool. So thank you very much, Val. Here we go. So we pick up speed and we go. Whee! Looks like we've got another Val intercept coming, so we best be careful. Right. Smell you later, Val. Have a good one. Right, and our target is still Lathe. So add a new maneuvering node to reduce our speed further. Okay. Be a little bit careful, otherwise, Val is going to gobble us up again. Maybe we should come down. Yeah, come down a smidge on the Perry. just get clear of Val. What the hell? Yeah, just get clear of Val a little bit. Warp to next maneuver. Right. Okay, we have about 1,000 Delta V, so I might have to do a load if I fuck it up. Just want to try to get clear of Val a little bit. Alright. There we go. Approaching the next node. Actually, maybe we should do it on the app. Hang on, are we going... No, wait, Val stopped touching us. I think we're okay. Right, so Lathe is still the target. Right, so how much would it cost us to go down and meet Lathe? That much. Oh, thank you, Volmada. That's very kind of you, Volmada. Thank you for your kindness, Volmada. Much appreciated. Okay, there is a Lathe intercept. Alright. So, Lathe intercept there for 126 Delta V, but obviously that's an impact. So, thank you, Volmada, and thank you, Slick Top and Keenan. Increase speed, does that help? No. Radial, does that help? Inclination? No, not really. It's going to have to be speed then, isn't it? Yeah, there we go. Right, so 146 Delta V. Coming in counterclockwise. Okay, so now the real question is, can we slow down? Do we have enough Delta V to slow down and enter a stable orbit? And maybe don't go as low as them, be a little bit higher. Let's say 200. 200 kilometers above the surface seems fine. Yeah, ish. Try to circularize as much as we can. Okay, here we go. So the moment of truth. That is elliptical, and it will cost us... Okay, 119. I think we've got... Yeah, I think we've got plenty of Delta V. Come down. That will cost us 500 Delta V. Alright. Can we circularize it completely? Almost. There we go. Not bad. Although, don't do that yet. Let's make sure our inclination is dead equatorial. Whoop. Yeah, go all the way up elliptical. Make sure that, yeah, completely 90 degrees. No wibble. Alright. Okay. Can I tell you a cheap and affordable relay satellite? Well, just a simple tube with whatever, like the best. So if you go to the comms build section for Matter, and then look for any sort of comm array that has relay on it, on its details. So there are two types, direct and relay. You're looking for relay. For those who don't know what I'm talking about, if I press M here, snap to the here, observe the green lines. Communication with other vessels. The big relay things are relaying signals back and forth. That one, for example, the Jool comm array, is essentially just a small probe with a massive fucking relay comm on it. Its sole purpose is to just, yeah, send data back and forth. So I don't know the exact name for Matter, but the best one you can get with the word relay on it. Okay, so, no, it looks good. So, what is it? 1 day till the next maneuver. So, right. No, I'm not familiar with that Titin? Hang on, so 1 day, let's go. Right. Yeah, what else is happening? So, yeah, not working on a bullshittery yet. Did some pickling. Did some garden work. Mum came round, picked up some topsoil. My neck is hurting quite badly. Relaxed in a hammock for about 45 minutes to an hour and a half today. That was quite nice. Need to get like a book or something. Just chill in the hammock for a bit while the weather's still warm. So many bloody flies in this goddamn bungalow, though. I don't know what it is. Some sort of breeze or something that makes them come in, but there's just so many flies. It's awful. Yeah, Volmada. It's really annoying. They fly in through the conservatory window or doors and then never want to fly out. All right. Okay, initiating burn. Also, 1 second. I think I've lost the music. Get a replacement up. What's this? Is this good? Hang on. We'll go with this. Right. Yeah, might have to. Might just have to get some fly paper or something. Okay. Do I have nets on the windows? Nope. Yeah, it's a bit of a pain in the arse. Right. Okay, here we go. So for those joining the stream, we're currently... Yeah, so this is a large space station called the Penis Station with many occupants. Well, space for plenty of occupants. 3 of our astronauts are currently away. They're on the moon of Lathe and we're going down to join them. A refueler arrived, you see? Lathe is a nice ocean world. We can see it over there, you see? The blue jewel. So we were there on that moon called Val. It was frigid and a pain in the arse. We're going where it's warmer and nicer. Happy birthday, Silverlanian. I don't know what that means. Yeah, she's doing her best, Volmada. She's quite elderly now. But I hope she's happy. Yes, silly. So the upgraded space plane is in orbit around Lathe. And I'm wondering if it might be a good idea, we could always send a replacement CUM to get those soil samples in the CUM and send them back to Kerbin. That would net us so much science, I would imagine. Okay. Am I one to care about the football? Nope. So who won in the end? Is it over or is it still going? Right. Confirm maneuver. There we go. And done. Right. Interesting. Sorry, does that mean that potentially Argentina will battle Spain? I imagine they'd be thrilled about that. Their old rival. Okay, hang on. Seeing if we run the sensor, what is it, the magnetic field sensor in orbit of Joule. Run the data, hang on. No, we've already done it. Gotcha. Never mind. Retract it. Okay. So maneuver complete, yes. Let's fall towards Lathe. Fuck. Yes. Nope. There we go. Lathe. Nope. That's Tylo. Why are we looking at Tylo? Stop it. Quick save. Right. Lathe. Can't select Lathe. Why not? There we go. Right, so what are we doing? So we're falling towards... So there's our Lathe intercept, and that's where we circularize. So, in 2 days, let's go. All right. Fabcon says... Ooh, here it comes. Fabcon says, I really enjoy watching this game, but I can't get the hang of it... what's like the end goal? Why are you changing the orbit of your space station? So the end goal, it keeps dangling further planets ahead of you that are tougher to get to. So as you start the game and it gives you the basics of rocketry and achieving orbit, your first goal will be to get to the moon. which, for the sake of convenience, is intentionally positioned at exactly equatorial. The real moon is not equatorial, but the moon in Kerbal Space Program is. So once you've achieved suborbital flight, and you're starting to sort of go further, the moon is the first target, and of course landing. Then Minmus, a tiny moon with a tiny, tiny orbit, which is really a gravity well, which is really hard to hit. Then, of course, the two challenges it presents: Mars, so Duna, with its fucking wispy thin atmosphere, where parachutes are bullshit, where you've got to learn how to do landings, so interplanetary transfers, or Eve over here with its crushing atmosphere. So what I'm saying is challenges evolve over time as the gameplay progresses. Then Ceres, Dres. What's wrong with Dres? Wonky, highly elliptical, and tiny. So each new system is presenting a new challenge as you go. Then the Joolian system over here, which is like a solar system in miniature, where you've got all of these moons interacting with each other and causing problems, and some of them are elliptical and some are not, and some you can aerobrake on them and some you cannot. The end game of Kerbal Space Program is continually hitting you with interesting challenges, and it gives you them in Mission Control here. The final planet, all the way out there, is one I've never been to. Elu. Cold, elliptical as fuck, and very far away, where solar is worthless. I look forward to doing that challenge. Alright. Hi there, Saucy. Welcome indeed, Saucy. Okay, stand by. Warp to next maneuver. We fall towards Lathe. We are subsequently then captured by its gravity well and flung around it. Below us, our Kerbal Nauts are chilling out in their new space plane. Where are they? They're around the other side. Turn to face the maneuver and prepare to burn. Here we go. Welcome indeed, Saucy. Welcome indeed. Prepare to burn. Beginning burn. Okay, so the blue line is my current trajectory where we're going to get flung clear, but if I reduce my speed by 76 meters per second, we'll be captured and be in a highly elliptical orbit. From there, while we're still in high orbit, I'm going to fix my inclination with the planet to make sure, with the moon, that we're absolutely 90 degrees equatorial for the sake of easy going up and down. Hi there, Katie Spikes. Glad to hear it. Glad you liked the latest video. Indeed, it was a while ago. That's because DayZ wasn't picked by the bloody people on the polls. When it was added, of course. Yeah, they're not my games, Whitex. Go. Burn nearly complete. Stand by. Very good. Orbit has been not circularized, but at least we've been captured. Right, what's our inclination difference with the planet? 0.4 degrees. It's minimal. Nevertheless, let's just try to correct it. So inclination needs to be exactly, 0.5. It's probably, I'm not on the ascending node, that's why. 0.3, nope, still not on the ascending node. 0.3, okay, well 0.3 is fine. 13 minutes till the burn, point to face next maneuver, there we go. Alright. Indeed, Eldridge. It's not everyone's taste either, but yeah. Oh, this is just me chilling solo. Alright. Yes, Volmado, I did try X4 and I enjoyed it. Yeah. Played it for about 3 weeks straight. Alright. There we go. The Sharple, hopefully, but I've got some critiques about Project Zomboid. I suppose everyone does. Somehow it feels like it's missing that special sauce to make it really pop, and I'm not even sure what it is. Somehow it just feels like the ingredients are there, but somehow it's not quite... I'm not sure what it is. There's something about it that's just not quite bringing it all together well. We played quite a bit of Project Zomboid. I think it gets like trapped in a loop of its own mechanics or something. I don't know. I don't know if it's easy to just say the end game. It's not even that. There's something not right about the ingredients in their current configuration. I think it needs... I don't know. I think it needs several years of... Well, it needs what it can't get, which is it needs to not be released. And it needs several years of playtesting. Or at least a year of playtesting. It's too late now, it's already out, but... It needs careful tweaking. Okay, warp here. Add maneuver. I don't know. Here's the trouble. I don't know what it needs. I honestly don't know. Bit of a heavy burn, that. But we'll take it. I mean, is it worth... yeah, may as well circularize. Yeah, leave it there. Sorry, did I just fiddle with the fucking... Damn it. Hang on. Just come on down. Hold equatorially as best we can. Right. Alright. Turn to face maneuvering node. Why such a heavy burn in Perry? Not several small burns at App. We could. Is it wise to leave a space station so... Whoa. Is it wise to leave it so far out? All the way on the edge of its... On the edge of its SOI? I mean, space planes have got to go up and down. Well, the aero brake is to get down. Yeah. Maybe we just leave it up high. Okay. Right. Fine, we'll just leave it in high. Leave it in high orbit. Right. Warp to next maneuver. Here we go. Okay. Hopefully the other guys can get to us. They should be able to in the shuttlecock, right? I think. I hope. Quick save it. Burn time of 4 minutes? My god. Okay. Last Whisper says, Project Zomboid is kind of difficult to place. I find it way more entertaining with friends, but it's hard to pace with other people's schedules. Yeah. I don't know what it is. Again, I don't know what to diagnose with Project Zomboid. It just feels like something's wrong. Do I still have them limited? Oh yeah, slightly limited. I know, yeah, like DayZ, for example, is yeah, I know I keep babbling about it, but like one of the little elements that makes it cool is that on its own, the PvE elements would be lame. So every 90% of your playthrough, you're interrupted by 10% of PvP, which is that spice. It's that adrenaline pumping moment where the normal gameplay loop is shattered suddenly. That's very absent in Project Zomboid. The normal gameplay loop doesn't feel like it's ever really punctured. So it gets a bit samey. Alright. Well, even still Webkins, it's like, even multiplayer, is PvP, is isometric PvP even satisfying? Thank you, Banana. Thank you very much, Banana. Project Zomboid doesn't hold your hand. You have to make your own puzzles and solve them. Well, that in itself is a huge flaw, then, in my opinion. Something I went on a rant years ago about this, but something like a survival game has internal and external pressures which are controlling your audience, the invisible hands of the developer. Your internal pressures, your food, your water, your medicine, are the things that are pushing you forward to go and explore and not stay turtled in one place. And the external pressures are the things that push against you when you do explore. Zeds or witches or cannibals or whatever. The things that mean you can't just run around willy-nilly and doing what you want. Make noise, don't get seen, don't do this, don't do that. Those are the hoops that the developer is using to control your experience. You never just leave it in the hands of the player. Okay. Right, so we've got about 556 Delta V remaining. We're just trying to circularize the orbit of the station in high orbit around Lathe. And then down there, the shuttlecock MK3. Can it come up to meet us? I hope so, with its existing Delta V that remains. But at least we've achieved both objectives of the last two missions. The shuttle has... yeah, the fueler made it. The penis station has been moved to a new moon with a lovely view. Okay, quick save it and switch over to the shuttlecock MK3. Can you come up and land? Alright. So we have 844 Delta V. Selecting the penis station as our target. We got a slight inclination difference. From Perry. Increase speed. Okay, that's not looking good. 500 Delta V to get where it is. Right. And circularize, or at least get close, is what? Another 300. We're going to be short. Nuts. Yeah. Fuck biscuits. Maybe it wasn't a good idea to put the station so high. Maybe we should have left it low. Yeah, guess we did, Silverlane. Okay, we'll have to send a fueler again. Well, we knew we were going to send more anyway. I wonder if there's an alternative here. What if we sent the CUM? As in down to meet them, transfer the science and sent the CUM home. Switch to the penis station. Don't we have some... sorry, I have a feeling... Didn't we have a bunch of spare CUMs just floating around the Jool system? What are they powered by? See this thing? This is a science module that's going to be returning back. A couple of Oscar B fuel tanks, an itty-bitty ant liquid fuel engine. I was hoping that it would have a shit ton of Delta V to make the journey back to the Kerbin system, and then it just detaches with its heat shield. Let me quick save it. What sort of Delta V are we talking about? Detach it. Release the CUM. Enable its Oscar Bs. Enable its engine. 5,882 Delta V. It's a lot of Delta V. We could send it down. It could easily intercept. Yeah. It could easily intercept and then presumably leave the Jool system to go back to Kerbin. Pick up the samples, take them back home. Let me just load it first. I think I might have like jettisoned a bunch of like just spare ones around the Jool system. Or was that Evelyn? Might be Evelyn. Evelyn had similar. Sorry, Evelyn and Morales. They were so this is the Jool system. Down here in Eve, there was a supporting another mission which I spectacularly failed. The Morales was meant to land on the surface of Eve and then take off again. Eve probe. Evelyn probe. Yeah, I might be thinking of Evelyn's. Was it a Cupid MK1? Basically taking off from the surface of Eve was a nightmare. We failed. Okay. Thank you kindly, Saucy. You're very, very kind. Thank you for doing that, Saucy. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Saucy. Oh, yes. Yeah, you're telling me. It's really, really hard. Let me just zoom in. Maybe go back to the tracking station. See if there's any singular CUMs. Do I have a favourite movie? Probably I must have had one. Hello, what are you? You're a CUM. A spare CUM in high Jool orbit. Okay, can you come down? Give it a go. You must have been jettisoned. Oh wow, what the fuck? What are you? You a CUM? Do you have one attached? You see a heat shield on you. Oh, you do! Of course. What are you exactly? A Xenon-powered one with 10,000 Delta V. Why did I send you? Yeah, you're definitely a CUM. Must have been a Delta V probe to do Jool missions, I'm guessing. Okay. I mean, Xenon engines, bloody hell. Are we really going to try with fucking Puff Xenon? I guess the answer is yes. A Mook Titan. So I'm currently I'm orbiting Jupiter with a bunch of probes and Kerbal Naughts. This is a satellite that I launched a long time ago. It clearly was attached to something else. Look. I detached it and then I must have deployed all of these. Okay. So, in high Jool orbit, what happens if you try to come down to meet Lathe? In 42 days, if I gave you that order, you'd burn 600 Delta V to come down to where Lathe is. Thank you, Volmada. Thank you very much. Maybe a Tylo assist. Would that be easier? Where's Tylo? Set as target, Tylo. There's Tylo. Hello. Yeah, Tylo can give me an assist. Drop my orbit down to Lathe. That could work. Yeah, why not? How long until that maneuver? 39 days of slow orbit. Alright, let's do it. This could be fun. Hopefully, with this number of solar panels, we can run the 3 Xenon Dawn engines at full thrust, otherwise it's going to be a long-ass burn. Damn it, the CUM is of an older design. It doesn't have the auto maneuver tracker. I'm going to have to do this manually. Alright. Turning solar panels to face. Stand by. Okay, initiating burn. Here we go. Damn it. Ah, it sucks. The solar panels this far from the sun. Ah, that's rubbish. Maybe that's why I abandoned it. Ah, fuck. Should I detach the CUM? No, damn it. Oh, nuts. It's not. Look at it. It's only detachable for its return entry. It doesn't have Oscar Bs. It doesn't have liquid fuel and oxidizers. Oh, nuts. It's never going to work. It's going to take too long. Look. Yeah, we'll be doing this for the better part of an hour. Look. And boop. Shutting down. Nuts. Okay, we should probably just leave it alone. Send a refueler. Nice idea, though. Okay. No, it's not the problem. The problem is power. Look, electrical charge. It can't run the Dawns. I mean, I can dial down the Dawns, but we're going to be burning for like 10 minutes. I thank you, derelict. Shit. Okay. Right, sorry, looking at the time, folks, if it's okay, I'm quite tired. I'll probably leave it there. So, we've achieved both objectives, though. We have the station around Lathe. We have the new space plane on Lathe. We just need to try and get the space plane to the station or the samples to the CUM. Basically, we've got some soil samples from Lathe we need to send home. Alright. Right, so thank you for watching. Have a lovely, lovely evening. I'll catch you again later. So as I said, the latest bullshittery. It has not started yet. There's a poll up on Patreon. Feel free to go and vote. If you don't want to go to Patreon, but you're a Twitch subscriber, the same poll is in the Discord group below. So feel free to join the Discord group. It should let you in. I'll go refresh the permissions in a minute. But go vote. Tell me what you want next as the next bullshittery. For the Twitch subscribers, and I'll see what I can do. Right. Thank you, all of you. The dog's farted again. I'll leave you in the company of... Who's doing what? I'll leave you with Quebec. What's he doing? Quebec is doing... What's he doing? Star Citizen, I think. Yeah, I'll leave you with him. Hang on. Right, so this is Q. Thank you all. See you soon and have a lovely, lovely evening.